All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Song Title Challenge. This is where we take your titles that you've submitted, Brent. I spring them on him live on the podcast, and you can get into the mind of a hit songwriter and listen to how he's going to approach writing this song for the purposes of getting a cut from a professional perspective, a professional point of view. It is 100% free exercise. You want 100% of the song. There's no co-write or anything happening. So it's just a fun, creative exercise. So not only can you hear how he would specifically do a song, but on the bigger level, he's always, if you notice on these episodes, he's always kind of coming at it from several of the same angles. Like he tries to spin it around, look at it from this side, look at it from that side, and find a different angle to put a twist on it. So it's Song Title Challenge. If you want to submit a song, send it to info@daredevilproduction.com. Once again, production is singular. There is no S. And in the title, please put, in the subject line of the email, please put Song Title Challenge in all capital letters. So that way it gets into the right folder. And listen, we get a lot of these. So submit as many as you want. There's no limit to what you can and can't submit. But submit good ones, okay? Submit stuff that's intriguing, that's going to make us want to riff on that. So that's where we want to come from. Anything you want to add to that, Brent, before we get started, before I spring this on you?
I think you pretty much covered it. So info@daredevilproduction.com if you want to just say Song Title Challenge in the subject line. Yes, I'm looking at this. I'm a country hammer, so every song title you send in is a country nail to me. So I'm going to try to write it from that perspective, going, if I want this song to give it its best chance to get on country radio, this title, what are we going to do with it? It's all yours, free to use. My gift to you. You take any of these ideas or none of them and run with it. I'm not on there as a co-writer. Just have fun. Invite us to the number one party. And I think that's it. So you can send in rock ideas, folk ideas, whatever, because some of these ideas aren't necessarily going to be just country ideas. They're just going to be what I think will work in the country market, because that's how I think. But a lot of them can be applied to other genres. So don't be scared by that, because like I said, you don't have to use any of it. So
I'm in there, and even no matter what, I mean, even if you're in a different genre, just from the perspective of hitting the country nail with the country hammer might give you some creative perspective on it that you didn't have before. Right?
Exactly. All right, I'm not ready. Why don't you give it to me?
All right, here we go.
Okay. One more sip of coffee.
You're gonna have to write this down, because I think it's interesting. I can't wait to hear how your brain's gonna work on this.
Well, me too. All right,
this is from James Freeman. So thank you, James. And the song title is "I Forgot to Forget That I Love You."
Okay, I forgot to forget that I love you. All right, cool. All right. Well, James, thanks for sending that in. I'll try not to butcher it, but even if I do, it's recoverable. You don't have to use any of it. So no pressure, really.
I don't care. It's our show.
Whatever. I might butcher it. You don't have to use it. It's fine. I'll give it back to you just the way you got it. Only thing is I look stupid. So, all right. So, okay. Say we're in a co-write. Me and you, James, you throw it at me. I got this title. I forgot to forget that I love you. I don't know what to do with it. What are we going to do with it? Okay. Here are my thoughts. First thing, I've heard this type of thing before. I forgot to forget. I've heard it before. I think there's an Elvis song. I think there are other old songs that just kind of have this thing going. So that's one thing. I'm like, okay, well, if I've heard it done and it's been out there, odds are it's been done a bunch. I'm generally looking for something that's more of a unique thing, because I feel like I know where this is going. My first blush, if I see this on the back of an album somewhere, or I see it on Spotify or iTunes and I could click on it to check it out, or YouTube, I forgot to forget that I love you. I'm seeing this. It's about, not getting over somebody. You want to get over them, but you're not getting over them. And just kind of a clever way of saying, I forgot to forget. I still pulled out that second coffee cup in the morning. Oops, I forgot to forget that I love you, because I'm remembering that I love you. I pulled it out of habit. I reach over in the middle of the night, to your side of the bed. I forgot to forget that I love you. I'm still remembering that I love you. Which to me, it doesn't have a whole lot of heat on the idea unless you just bring a killer melody and find some really different ideas, images to bring to that are, and there are a couple ways you can go. To give it its best chance, you want to come with something that makes people go, "Ooh, that's cool. That's different. That's fresh," right? Because you got to stand out against not only the other kind of versions of this title that have been recorded, but all the ones that are surely floating around that haven't been recorded, but that publishers and A&R people and artists have heard. Because if you've heard it out there somewhere, there's probably been a bunch that you haven't heard, but these people hear a lot more than you and I do. So I forgot to forget that I love you. So that's my first blush take on it is, I pulled out the extra coffee cup in the morning because, you're gone. I'm supposed to forget that I love you. But is there a way to kind of, and that's you're gone thing or she's gone thing, kind of a more negative thing. Okay. Let's give it a little twist here and see if we can make it positive. What if we had a fight? And I'm like, I'm done with you. You're done. Forget about you. I'm not going to call you back, but then I forgot to forget that I love you. So I'm trying to forget that I love you. So I'm going to go out. I'm going to go out. I'm going to hit the clubs tonight. I'm going to be like, we were on a break, from friends. I'm, whatever. I'm going to go out and have a good time, be a single guy tonight. But then this, girl comes up to me or whatever. But I'm like, nah, I'm spoken for. Dang it. I forgot to forget that I love you. I'm trying to forget that I love you. I'm not going to do it. Now all of a sudden
it's positive. I like
now. Yeah, it's like in a way, like I called you back, darn it. I picked up the phone and said, hey honey, dang it. I forgot to forget that I love you. So it could be that sort of thing where like, I'm mad at you. I don't want to be happy with you. I want to blow it off. Like I'm not in love with you anymore. But thing is, I can't not be in love with you. I can't not be in love with you. I keep forgetting to forget that I love you. I'm trying to forget that I love you. I can't do it. So that's a more positive angle and a little more fresh, I guess, than just you're gone and I'm trying to forget you.
Negatives, right? Like
you could do that, which is hard on the listener, but it's possible.
We ain't never not made it yet.
Yeah.
from Smokey the Bandit.
We ain't never not made it yet. Song. So that sort of thing. Yeah. I can't not love you, so that's one angle on it. What's another angle on it? I forgot to forget that I love you. So I'm trying to forget that I love you. So you're gone. I'm trying to forget you. We just had a fight and I'm trying to forget you, but we're going to get back together because we're still in love. Trying to forget that I love you. I'm not sure if there are a lot of places to go with that. It's pretty kind of bracketed in title, not real open-ended. So the thing is, you got to paint that picture of what that looks like when you say, I forgot to forget. You have to paint those pictures in the verses of what that looks like. What's it look like? Willpower. I say that a lot. WILL. What's it look like? Power. It's an acronym because I like acronyms. So that'd be the big thing on this, and just having a crazy melody that's catchy and that sort of thing. But I do like the more positive angle of, if we just had a fight, I'm trying to forget that I love you, but doggone it, I can't stay. It's like I can't stay mad at you. So and it might be not that you're gone. You might still be in that house together. You're still at the same place where, you smile at me and I smile back or something. Those kind of things where it's a little more intimate, which makes them probably either shacking up or married, which makes it a little more mature, which might lower the number of artists who could cut that. If they're talking about being married, right? We're still in the house. You're in the back bedroom. I'm in my man cave or whatever, trying to forget that I love you, but I keep wanting to go check on you or whatever,
How about
limits it? But if you're younger and you want to go out to the club or you just want to go out somewhere and you're trying to forget that you love this girl, but you keep wanting to dial her or whatever, then it can be younger. It can be a younger artist, which is more of a broad spectrum of artists that could cut that sort of thing. What are you going to say, John?
I was going to say, like, along that line, like you could have some fun image-wise with playing around with the concept of the grass is greener, right? Like as young people, we often make the mistake of, the grass is greener on their side. Wow, she's really hot. She's a model. And you could name you could name the fact she's a supermodel, she's this, she's that. And I've never dated a doctor before, and she's all coming on to me and everything like that. And then I forget that I love you.
Yeah.
And you just keep coming back around to how cool the relationship is. But you could name like just a parade of instances where you were tempted, right? Like temptation. And then, but you got the green light, but you're like, I forgot to forget that I love you. So I didn't.
Yeah. So I'm being true and I'm being faithful to you because I can't forget that I love you. Yeah. That'd be a positive one. Mm-hmm. And, so that'd be another positive angle on that, which would
definitely
be I'm being faithful.
Up tempo on this. If don't do the ballad.
Yeah, definitely don't do. Yeah. You want to do tempo, fun. You could do. I don't know if you want to be the artist, but I was playing a show and this girl came up to me and blah blah blah. But hey, no, I get back in the van, back on the road. Why? Because I guess I forgot to forget that I love you.
For a second, I forgot I was in my own band. I thought I was in Motley Crue because of what happened in the front row. Right? And I forgot to forget that I love you.
Yeah, but so I'm good. I'm coming on home. I forgot to forget that I love you. All the things that I could do.
Yeah,
but I forgot to forget that I love you.
Yeah, see, all the things that there it is right there. That's hot. That's
hot. And you got to set up there's a temptation to forget, or that he wants to forget, he's trying to forget, or she is trying to forget that you love this person.
Yeah.
That way I forgot to. I intended to, but I forgot to. So trying to let the title write the song, you have to really bring that out. If it's just, I miss you, blah, blah, blah. I guess I forgot to forget that I love you. It's not be nearly as powerful if you really set up that intention and the stuff you're trying to do to forget that person, but just you're not able to.
Yeah, if you're really clever with that imagery and some of those little like in the now stories, in the now, you want to write it in the now. I think that could be, up tempo. It could be really fun, like a Brad Paisley kind of thing, or like tongue in cheek a little bit. It could be real light.
Yeah. So on this one, the challenge, it's somewhat limited because I feel like it's not a really open-ended title. It's one kind of, I've heard that idea enough before. So the big thing would be if we were in a car, I'd be like, let's keep digging, to be honest. Mm-hmm. But hopefully what we've come up with here is at least twisting it positive and fun is going to be a lot more commercial than sad
I think
ballad.
The exercise of that is valuable. Just how you would twist that around and because something tells me, like, I don't know, but something tells me, like, I feel like I would bet that the initial intention of the writer, I'm totally guessing here, obviously, but was more solemn, right? More of a solemn.
Odds are, math says that it probably is.
Yeah. So right there, just kind of like, look at what we can do. We can take this, what was probably intentionally meant to be a solemn sort of look at
lost love,
and turn it into like fun party time, like
fun party. I'm committed to you, and I can't forget that I love you.
She's the second hottest girl I've ever seen, and wanted me to do a body shot of tequila right out of her belly button, and then I forgot to forget that I love you, and I just turned around.
Well, I wouldn't go that far because your girl's still gonna be ticked at you. But maybe she came up to you and you're like, I guess I could have, but I forgot to forget that I love you, so I didn't, and I sent her on her way, baby. That kind of thing. I could have gone out with the guys, and I could have done other stuff. Maybe you don't even go to the cheating thing. That could be more of a landmine, like you even thought about it. No, I didn't, because I forgot to forget. I had to forget you to do that. So, hey, James, I do appreciate you sending that in, and for you or for anybody, this is a lot like a coaching session. I do these, and writers like you send in ideas and go, hey, I got these couple ideas, can you help me flesh through them? And we'll do like this, except you'll be, face to face or voice to voice with me, interacting. We'll be going through these ideas and digging in deeply. Maybe you have a couple ideas, you're trying to figure out where to go with them or which one to focus on. Love doing that kind of stuff. Or I can just answer your questions. It's my time to serve you as much as I can. And so if you're interested in that, you can check that out at songwritingpro.com/coaching. That's songwritingpro.com/coaching. Has my calendar there, my availability. You just pick a time that works for you, schedule it. I get an email and I know what I'm doing for that hour or 30 minutes or whatever. But I would encourage you to send there if you have some ideas that maybe you're not comfortable sending out here to have a chance at getting talked about in a public setting. Just do that and you'll have my full and undivided attention. I won't have to worry about a mic being on. And we can really dig through this stuff and hopefully help you out, right? Help you write better songs, connect to the business. That's all I got.
All right, guys. Well, once again, song title challenge. If you have a title, you can send in as many as you want. info@daredevilproduction.com. Production singular. There is no S. Put in the subject line in all caps, song title challenge. It gets into the right folder, and we'll filter through them every time we record one of these and find the best one. So there you have it.
Song title challenge.